Hey, everybody. I hope you guys can hear me. So, I'm really excited because I just unpacked a book. I have been working on this for almost a year and I finally have it. It's finally published, it's finally available on Amazon. It is called Teachers Have Bigger Fish to Fry: Tales from K 12 Education, How AI Might Help or Maybe Not. So, I collected stories, and I'm still collecting stories actually, but I collected stories from all over the United States. Every time I would go to a conference and talk at a conference, I would ask somebody, "Hey, will you want to share a story and let me put it in my book?" And the response was amazing because teachers, we have some really crazy stories to tell. And so I wanted to show everyone my book, and I would love to have just a second of your time. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share just one of these stories. Now, the thing with this book is that if you want to look right here, it's first of all, it's really big because I have a master's in counseling. And one of the things that I wanted to do is I wanted to make sure that it wasn't just a bunch of stories that we were going to read and not actually have a moment to reflect and to kind of think about, this happened to me, or, oh my goodness, this sounds so familiar. So, what I did is I put the story in here and then I went ahead and after the story, I put a couple of reflection questions for you to like think about and maybe answer a little bit, jot. Just use this space if you're like in a staff meeting and you just want to sit there and doodle. And then after the journal page, I asked a very simple question, and it was, could AI help? And if I thought AI could help, I would say maybe or maybe not, or yes, definitely. And I went ahead and I would put the prompt in here that I actually gave to a large language model. And then I gave you the response that the AI did. And like every bit of the response. If there was a section that was just a little bit of like an empty page, I would go ahead and give like free space throughout the book. Again, I wanted it to be kind of a thing for therapy. And one of the things that I really like about it is that you can just grab it and read one story and then move on with your day. So it is full of not just funny stories, it's full of stories that make you think. It also has stories that make you sad. So the reason I did that's because there's a lot more to teaching than a lot of people realize. So let me just turn real quick and just read you a story. So this was called the default response. I also created a coloring page for every single one of the stories. Thank you, artificial intelligence, because I definitely am not an artist. And as I said, these are all real stories from real teachers, not just myself, even though I did spend about 17 years in the classroom. They're from teachers all over the United States. So this one, every time something didn't go the student's way, every time someone cut in line, took the crayon they wanted, or even breathed wrong, out came the middle finger. No yelling, no tantrum, just a very quiet, very deliberate flip of the bird. It became his default setting. One kid bumps into him in line, middle finger. Someone else gets picked to hold the door, middle finger. We run out of chocolate milk, middle finger. We had talks, we called home, we practiced replacement behaviors, we made posters, and still that tiny hand would slowly rise at the first sign of injustice, like it was coded into his nervous system. At some point, the rest of the class just started announcing, "He's doing it again," and moved on. Honestly, I did the same thing. So this was just a little story from a teacher. And so could I have helped? I said, hey, I have a second grader. This happens every time. And the AI response gave me some emotional regulation strategies, gave me a two, three, four, just gave more ideas, right? So there's some sad ones in here too, I have to admit. I'm very proud of it. I hope that you guys get it. I think it's going to be great for that first time teacher who hasn't been in the classroom, but it's also going to be great for all of us that are still in the trenches, that are still wanting people to know that we are doing this every single day. So I appreciate you guys watching. I'm excited about it. You can find it on Amazon. It's called Teachers Have Bigger Fish to Fry: Tales from K-12 Education.